Coming up in the news, digitization of the public service a top focus for the state minister. Vaccination efforts going mobile on Grand Bahama. And religious tourism expected to make its return this December. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the Minister of State for the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, taking part in the weekly press briefing spearheaded by the Office of the Prime Minister. The State Minister announcing plans for the digitization of the service with the main goals of improving efficiency, responsiveness, and bringing the public service to the 21st century. The Minister of State for the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, noting that there is an aggressive plan for reformation of the public service, including digitization of the operations. She says the goals include bringing about efficiency, responsiveness, and bringing the public service to the 21st century. Glover-Roll says that the first order of business in a 10-point agenda is the clearing up of promotions backlog.
That is ongoing. As you would know, there are over 20,000 employees in the public service. So we are receiving many calls, many messages, many queries, and my assurance to everyone is that all departments service-wide will be looked into. We have a simultaneous process going on because we have a number of teams that lead various ministries and departments' business. And so we're looking and analyzing and ensuring that we go back over those persons that may have been in the system for a certain amount of time and not confirmed, need reclassifications, promotions, of course, and of course confirmation into the system. That is something that is very critical for us. So far we're looking at the 4-year backlog that we would have cleared and have been approved, so letters are being typed.
She says in order to improve efficiency, a call center will also be introduced.
We are looking at implementing a virtual call center, because people just need answers to their questions. There are a lot of matters that the public and civil servants are requesting information on, and they simply say they cannot get through to anybody within the public service or their various departments. So the implementation of a virtual call center where we can immediately respond to the questions, the concerns, the queries, and provide a more customer service-based approach to the way we do business in the public service.
The Minister of State also announcing that there will be a hold on the hiring process in the public service, but had this update regarding the government's 52-week program.
There's a hold on hiring at this time until we make an analysis based on the audit of where we need to build capacity. We can't just hire and not know where to put people. We have to make sure we're placing people in positions that are available and that are necessary to move the public service forward. As you know, we do have a program called the 52-week program that will be relaunched as the Public Service Professional Engagement Program, PSPEP. That will resume into the middle of 2022, where we will continue to take on cohorts of the 52-weekers. But the plan is, after your 52 weeks, you will be confirmed in the service should you have no adverse reports. Those that have not performed well and may have adverse reports, then we will give an extended period for them to acclimate, or those that need to be released from the program. But that hiring process, which is the stream that we bring persons into the public service generally, will resume as soon as our audit is done, and I anticipate that would be about June or July of 2022.
Minister Glover-Roll also adding that her ministry intends to make sure that civil servants have access to mental health support.
As a nation, as a world, we've been through a very critical period in terms of, first of all, we have had Dorian, we've had the pandemic, people are not doing business as usual, but we want to have the expectation that business does go on as usual in the public service, with whom we call in some instances essential workers. We need to make sure that our workers are okay. So we're looking into providing across the service mental health access to persons in the service to ensure that the persons doing the work are capable, competent, and okay to do the work from a mental health perspective.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness continuing its vaccination program throughout the country. At last report, over 30% of citizens and residents were fully vaccinated in the country. To help increase that number, the vaccination program on Grand Bahama has added a mobile component, and this week, health officials have been going throughout the community, visiting several places of employment to provide access to those who may not have had the opportunity to take the jab. Italia Hall reports.
The vaccination program has been mobile from earlier this year, but health officials are now moving into the workplace. On Wednesday morning, health officials were on the ground floor of the Harold de Gregory Government Complex, which houses the Office of the Prime Minister and other key agencies. Nurse manager of the surveillance unit, Katie Saunders, says it is important to access those who are not able to visit the various vaccination centers.
We try to meet people where they are. We don't just go to the government offices. We go to people's personal homes, those that are disabled and shut in, as to allow them to get the vaccine.
She says health officials have visited a number of places this week.
We have been to several areas such as Christ the King. You know, they have a feeding on Fridays. We go there on Fridays. We have also been at the Kidney Center. We went to each of the clinics from East End to West End. And we are here now at the Prime Minister's office today. Yesterday we went, like I said, to the Kidney Center, and we have several other offices that we will go to this week and next week.
Saunders says she is hoping for a good response from employees of the Harold de Gregory building. So far, the health team has vaccinated some 500 people throughout the mobile initiative.
We hope to attain our goal as much shots in arms as possible. We want to vaccinate at least 75 to 80% of Grand Bahama population. That's our goal.
And as for the next stop, the West End community, the Grand Bahama Power Company, and the Freeport Container Port.
Persons should get vaccinated to keep themselves, their families, the community, and our country safe. We want to ensure that persons, with COVID, those that are unvaccinated, studies show that the unvaccinated are the ones who, if they contract COVID, they are the ones who are hospitalized and, sorry to say, but untimely death.
Now, in the latest COVID-19 vaccination weekly progress report, some 136,238 persons were fully vaccinated. As for Grand Bahama, 36,484 persons have received at least one dose of the vaccine, and 18,129 persons are fully vaccinated. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Members of the Hawksville community participating in a free health screening initiative over the weekend. The Kappa Lambda Lambda chapter of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity on Grand Bahama partnering with the Grand Bahama Health Services to offer free diabetes screenings. Members of the organization, N.T. Knowles, making a donation as well to the Grand Bahama Health Services in honor of World Diabetes Month. He says it is a pleasure to contribute to this health initiative.
Initiatives is one of the main components of our fraternity, and so today we took the opportunity to help Grand Bahama Health Services and help them prepare for the screening that we were able to give here. We were able to sit down and we got screened ourselves, and we were able to give a PSA to the Hawksville community, just encouraging them to come out and get the free screening here at the clinic.
Diabetic educator at the Grand Bahama Health Services, Nurse Nicole Payne, says she is grateful for the support and assistance from the organization.
We recommend and we encourage our community persons to come out and participate, to get to know what their status is with themselves as it relates to diabetes or hypertension. We are here at the various clinics, so our doors are always open throughout the week. I should say, we have the nurses here. If you have any questions, you could come in, pop in and ask questions and come in and see the physician. Okay, so don't hesitate. Come down and be screened and to find out what your numbers are.
Tabernacle Baptist Christian Academy is partnering with an organization formed in response to Hurricane Dorian to help women receive regular mammography services. Principal of the school, Ashel Bain, says it was important for them to partner with the Mammogram Access Program to offer assistance to ensure that women have the opportunity to be tested, as many of their employees are females.
Last month was Cancer Awareness Month, and so we got in contact with the CEO here of MAP, Ms. Nakia Watson, and she came up with this idea, and so this is what we're doing this morning to help her in furthering her agenda. Ms. Watson here is also a former student of this academy who graduated, definitely with honors. She has her company now that she's reaching out to us so that we can get with our teachers and speak with them about getting tested. And she is also offering 2 free testing to 2 of our staff members that we will pick raffle style.
Founder and CEO of the Mammogram Access Program, Nakia Watson, says that in the wake of hurricanes, the process of mammography services is stalled at clinics and at public facilities. That is why the organization was created to assist women. Senator the Honorable James Roll Turner encourages members of the community to support the cause.
This is our inaugural year. This is the first time I'm coming out publicly with the program, and we have set an aggressive goal of screening 2,000 women in this our inaugural year. And 2,000 women will put us back at pre-Francis and Jane levels, because I really think that was the inflection point. It was at that point we started to see the decline of mammography services here on the island. I want to really get it back to that level. Once we hit that target, the plan is to increase by 10% every year.
So I'm sitting here with the ladies today, just supporting them, letting them know that we as men have to step up and do our part as well. You know, if I had $10 million just to give her, I'd give it to her today. But none of us, nobody that I know has $10 million to just give away today. But we all have $50, we all have $100. And if 1,000 of us gave $50, that's a lot to help ladies get some mammograms. So I'm asking my friends, I'm asking folks associated with this cause to give something, to make sure that no lady is turned away simply because she cannot pay for a mammogram. This is a new day, this is a new time, and we all ought to do our part to make sure that our people are cared for.
In news from the courts, a Bahamian captain appearing before Magistrate Charlton Smith in the Freeport Magistrates Court and charged for breach of the country's immigration laws. 27-year-old Eric Wilfred Higgs of Pinders Point was charged with assisting illegal embarkation. Particulars are that on Sunday, November 14th, Higgs was found on a vessel in water some 30 miles off West End with 14 illegal passengers on board. Higgs pled guilty and was ordered to pay a fine of $12,000 or, in default, serve 1 year at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. Magistrate Smith also ordered that the vessel be confiscated, auctioned, and the proceeds go to the public treasury. When asked his reason for attempting to smuggle illegal persons into the United States, an emotional and sobbing Higgs told the court that he was down on his luck. The 14 illegal passengers comprised of Haitians, Dominicans, and 1 other Bahamian male, who were also charged with illegal embarkation. They all pled guilty and were fined $300 or, in default, served 3 months at the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. Upon payment of fines, the convicted foreign passengers will be turned over to the Immigration Department and transported to New Providence to be deported to their respective countries. In other news, Education USA Bahamas, Education USA Barbados, and Education USA Trinidad and Tobago all coming together to host Education USA Caribbean Day Live. This year, the annual college fair will be held virtually, and U.S. Embassy officials are encouraging first-time students and those looking to further their education to take advantage of the opportunity. Education and Cultural Specialist at the United States Embassy, Nassau, Chanel Sands, excited to announce the return of Education USA annual Fall College Fair. She says that 47 colleges and universities from across the United States will all be present in a virtual platform. The event, scheduled for Saturday, November 20th, begins at 11 a.m.
The event is set up like a lounge. So from 11 to 1 p.m., you'll actually be able to go into the lounge to chat with colleges and universities. So in the lounge will be tables with chairs. So it has the look of the feel kind of like a fair. You click on the table of the university that you would like to speak to, and you then get sent into a virtual room. In that virtual room, you'll then be able to discuss with the college and university. You have options to chat face to face, or you can also just IM chat. So you have the options of video chat and IM chat. So it's pretty cool. And then from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., we'll have special sessions. So we'll have a session focused on financing your studies. And then we'll also have a session on applying for your student visa. We know everybody always wants to know about student visas. And so that will be available. And then from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., it'll be the open lounge session again for you to talk with representatives. And we're happy to announce that our embassy consular section will have a table available from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
San says that the event is open to high school students and persons interested in graduate programs.
We're recommending for all students between 10th to 12th grade to sign up to participate in this event. Also, you have some adult learners out there, some folks who are looking to continue their education. We also encourage them to sign up as well, because there are a lot of graduate options available. There are also some institutions that'll be in attendance that actually have programs available for online. With the COVID-19 pandemic, we've been forced to look at things in a different light. All colleges and universities always had these options available, but now more than ever, they're very much so open to hybrid options. And so, there's a little something for everybody there.
She adds that there will be lots of scholarship opportunities as well.
Joining us for this event will be the Ministry of Education Scholarships Division. So they'll be talking about scholarship opportunities from the Bahamian government side of things. We also will have the Organization of American States Scholarships Program in attendance. So they'll be talking about opportunities for scholarships through the Organization of American States. And then we also have the Life Key Foundation, who will be joining us. We'll talk about their scholarship opportunities. So we've covered a lot of bases locally and also internationally.
This will be the 5th installment of the college fair, and SANS is encouraging all Bahamians to sign up.
You can sign up by going to Education USA The Bahamas on Facebook and on Instagram. The information is also on the U.S. Embassy's social media handles, so you can check out any of those two sites to find the registration link. And we even have videos as to how you can sign up, how the process works, so check that out.
Religious tourism is expected to return to Grand Bahama come December. The Bahamas Brass Band is set to put on a grand show on December 11th on the Great Lawn at the Grand Lucaine Resort. It all begins at 3:30 p.m. under the patronage of the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper. Director of the Bahamas Brass Band, Barry B. Morris, says he is elated that this event is coming to Grand Bahama, as the band has been around for over 80 years, bringing thousands of visitors to the island.
It's going to be a phenomenal experience. You're going to be hearing the band playing its music, and it's going to be exciting. Of course, anyone who's been exposed to the Bahamas Brass Band's music, you have to shake a little, you got to rock a little. It causes life to come to you. And we're going to be bringing that on the lawn. It's going to be an extremely beautiful event. We're so honored that the Deputy Prime Minister, who's also the Minister of Tourism, has obliged us to have it under his patronage. Of course, we expect him there as our keynote speaker, but it is going to be such an exciting time to see what is going to be unfolding, just to give the Bahamian public a glimpse of what our future can look like in revitalizing tourism.
Morris says it's important for Grand Bahamians to support the band.
Persons from Turks and Caicos to be here. Scores of people from New Providence will be here. We have people coming from South Florida. We have them coming from Alabama. They're coming from New York and as far as Canada. And so they will all be here to see what it is we have to offer in terms of capacity and their events that they can plan to come to the Bahamas.
Stay with us, there's still more news to come right after this break.